Previously on building Realm of Rights. Like this, we can add some detail. Dude, I can already tell this is gonna look insane. See, it's just gonna look like this. A fence is also unmissable. And then here comes the trick. Scaffolding. This right here does look kind of insane though. A nice cold beer, isn't that lovely? Just like in medieval times. See, that looks really nice. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this brand new episode of Building Realm of Rights. Today I am hoping we can finish this area of the medieval area. In the previous episode, we made some pretty solid stuff over here, especially this part I absolutely love. However, now it's time to branch out and see what we can do with this little area. So honestly, let's get straight into it. First of all, let's begin simple with just a regular medieval style house building. Per usual, let's begin with a few walls, and then we'll add a beautiful second layer, which will have some wooden elements. And I'm thinking for once we do a bit of a different design, maybe concrete in a bit of a pale color instead, and it's going to have the pointy kind of roof again. And I'm just gonna try something here. I'm not sure if this will look great, but we'll see. Definitely gonna need some of those wooden supports once again, and some little ones for the vibe, and all of that of course we have to copy over to every single side of the building. And then once again here comes the trick, some stones on the corners. Let's just go and try it, see what it looks like. See, if you just put them on the corners, it has a pretty cool effect. Then we can copy it over like so. In between like this, we can then add some windows, including some lovely details. And you already know how that goes. Loads and loads of wood. And for the roof situation, we once again want to do the exact same thing. So allow me to get this done, and then I'll be right back with you in a second.
2 hours later.
See, over there, and then all we need to do is simply copy that over to the other side with all the tiles included. There. That is looking pretty sweet. Then what I did just now is grabbed this roof, put it over here, because using that we can make some pretty cool windows on the roof, I think. Would you look at that? And then in there we just put these windows. One thing we cannot forget about though is a chimney, adding the top elements to that. There you go. Then I believe the only thing left to do are the rocks on these walls, but of course we can keep reusing the walls we already have. Putting in some final windows, and then I think we should be done. And there you go. That is pretty solid. Cleaning up this bit in between I think also might help, just with a bit of a wall right behind it. Also, so this is nicely closed. So that is, yeah, that's quite nice. And that is just one building out of many. Why do I keep doing this to myself? Time for a new building over here. Let's go for a blacksmith. Possibly. As always, let's go and start with the base. And since this is going to be more of an opened up building, let's add some pillars, some of the diagonal supports, of course. Then for the shape of the roof, I'm guessing we do something a little bit different this time around, like this, maybe. And then for the tiles, guys, wow, you couldn't have possibly seen this coming. Right, then on the side here we'll need some wooden bars, some supports for the roof, and that very same thing on the other side. And then again we can do the same trick we used earlier to simply grab this piece of roof and use that to extend our building. Once again, adding some more supports to that. Then at the end here, I suppose we can make another tiny section of building. And then this one, I suppose we can actually give some walls and possibly even a little doorway like that. Ooh, and this on the inside, we can make like an ice cream stall or something. Here you go. Yes, and using the tiny walls we used for the lakes, we can do this. Isn't that bloody lovely? Finally, to add slightly more detail to these textures, we can just add some tiny stones like this. Now, while I'm gonna make this look slightly better, let me explain to you why I'm not gonna add a dragon. Many of you guys requested I add a dragon somewhere here, but I'm not going to. This whole area is really not supposed to be fantasy based, more just regular medieval. And I know there's a dragon over there, but that's the only skin that kind of fits. I just really want this area to be a bit more grounded in reality, I guess. Anyway, let's also add some of these supports in the center so it's a bit supported. That is usually what supports do. Yep. Allow me to now hang up some lanterns, because as you can see, it's very dark in here. Then inside here, we shall place down a wall, because this is where the blacksmith stuff is going to be happening. Let's put some of these elements in here, such as this thing. I don't even know. Look, we'll put a hammer down here and some other similar tools, I guess. Look, and then for some subtle fire effect, we can just use some torches over here and put some flames in there. And a wooden table to work on is also perfect. A water bucket to put out the fire if need be. And you know what? I don't know why, but maybe just some hay bales for the sake of it. It does add some nice color, doesn't it? And of course, some freshly forged steel. Some swords. Great. And of course, the most important thing, an anvil, which luckily already exists. You just have to make it a bit darker so it looks nice. There you go. And some crates even. Very nice. And kind of a different design crate as well, which of course eventually we'll be able to just reuse. For now, I'll just put some swords in them. Could be cool. Something I almost forgot, by the way, is a chimney. Here you go. Just kind of stole that from that building there. Well, I think this is really good, actually, especially considering it's not crazy detailed. In general, the whole building looks quite nice. So, then... that, I mean, what can I say? It is getting shape in it. Now, before I'm getting some food, let me first actually copy this building over to the other side, because that will nicely kind of fill that up, and it means I don't have to make an entire building from scratch, which is great. And the last part, there you go. As you can see though, I did make this one ground level with the second story of the building, kind of. So on the back it is still long, on the front it's short. We're just gonna have to replace this window with a door. However, as you probably expected, this house is just for show, but that is totally fine, because I do feel like we have plenty of... Why? Everything was going so smoothly. Why? Yes. Okay, no worries. That is looking quite nice. But yes, by now I'm quite hungry. Melon! Now the next logical step, I think, is to add some trees and rocks, most of all right here. Let's use one of these rock formations we used all the way at the beginning. We should leave some room for trees in there, finishing that up all the way until the side. Something like this, I think, should work. Then we're gonna need bushes, or rather a bed of bushes, so we can put some trees on there. This doesn't have to be super clean, since it's gonna be mostly covered. There. And then the trees. Some of these do have to be a tad bigger than usual, I think, but also this shouldn't be anything out of the ordinary. This is about to look so good though. Even one of them back here. Yes. And of course, the good old ferns again. Isn't that bloody lovely? Maybe some other vegetation, like these dead kind of trees. And maybe next to that, some wooden logs on a pile. There you go. Oh, I love this. And an axe kind of leaning against it. And I can also try and fitting one in between these two buildings over there. See, now this is that bit of nature that we desperately needed. Adds a lovely pop of color and just in general fills it up pretty nicely. Next, you've probably noticed this area here is rather large and rather empty. So I thought, let's put something here. And I do think I have quite a cool idea for that. What if we made like a sort of cart, and specifically one of those with like a cage on top of it? I think that looks quite sweet. Allow me to demonstrate the kind of thing I mean. Let's just go and add a whole bunch of metal bars like this, and a whole lot of these kind of metal knobs. I feel like that could make it look really nice and detailed. Then the same thing on every single side, and we should be good. And then inside we put a skeleton, just like that. Maybe even two of them. Here you go. Isn't that lovely? I say that too often, don't I? I do. Then let's make this look a little bit more interesting by adding some more props, such as this wood over here, or maybe a barrel or two. Here, I think this is quite nice, actually. And heck, we can even put a lamppost right next to it, so it's not completely useless. There you go. Beautiful. And in general, let's go and add some lampposts and benches and trash cans. For example, over here would be nice. And this also seems a great spot for a bench and a trash can. It's a bit crooked, but it should be fine. This is starting to look so nice, guys. The only thing is this. I don't really know what to do with that. It would be nice to be able to just look at the coaster from here, but leaving it completely open with just like a fence seems a tad boring. I mean, what we could always do is just put down one more of these market stalls. And then maybe back there, some more trees. And then over here, just an open area with a fence and rocks. seems good. We'll begin over here. Then the occasional bush again. It is really that simple. Big trees and some little trees. And then I think that is also really quite nice. Then we'll just need this fence to make sure people don't die. And then to really finalize that, these rocks on the back to seal up this weird hole. Here you go. Very nice, very clean. Then that is nice. Shall we put some benches there? I'm not sure. What I do miss, and that's gonna be the final thing for today, is just some general junk lying around. Let's go over here and just create some random stuff. For example, a weapon rack over here. Look, just like this, we can add some swords to this rack, or maybe even an axe, who knows. And that is really what I mean by junk, just random medieval stuff. And actually, let's copy that and make another one, except this time with spears. And we also have these shields, I almost forgot. Then there's also this, which I would love to use somehow. So let's go and make one of these stands for it, I guess. Here, we'll put some wheels on that. Honestly, dude, I'm just doing random stuff at this point. And then a stick right through for the pot to sit on. There you go. Isn't that lovely? Super random, but I like it. I could even make like a combination of some barrels and pots, and stuff like wheels also works beautifully for a medieval area. This, of course, would also be right at home in a Western area. That's great stuff. Okay, so these we now have to kind of spread around. Let's begin with the first one. We can put that... this is already pretty packed, actually. Well, we can definitely put one over here, of course, just against the wall there. Then let's grab the second one and put that over here, maybe? Are you kidding me? Okay, well, never mind. Instead, let's put it over there then. There you go. Put it down. Let's be real, this is also a pretty decent spot right there by the forgery. As for this bloody thing, maybe actually like right here. And that gives me an idea. What if we make this not green, but just like brown? And it is soup that you can get over here. Yes, let's go and put some bowls down. Bowls. Not bowls. And then this one is gonna have some soup in it, which then has to be kind of brown like that. Yes, dude, I love that. That's great. Okay, the last one is just this, and I feel like we could place this anywhere, really. For example, over here will be absolutely fine. If it lets me, however. Yes, maybe also in this corner over here to kind of fill up this weird empty spot. Right there. Yes. One tiny last idea I do have. Let me just grab this table over here and put that right next to this soup stand. Like right over here. I think that is a perfect solution for the weird empty area over there. There you go. Yes! Beautiful. We'll just put some of that soup on the tables and we are literally golden, guys. Look at that. Perfect. Well, I didn't actually expect to do this entire bit today, but we did, and it looks pretty good. So really, I could not be happier. I'm super happy with this. That's what I just said. Okay. I mean, just look at this. I love it. This in particular looks really nice and cozy as well, even though it's kind of pointless. And then of course there's this side, pretty solid. And if we zoom out completely, you can see the medieval area is really taking shape. It's now just that, which isn't too interesting, I think. And maybe some more stuff here, but I really wouldn't know what. So if you have ideas, let me know down below in the comments. If you enjoyed what you've seen today, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell not to miss a single future video. Then I hope I'll see you in the next episode of Building Realm of Rights.